Well, hello, crafty lovelies. This is Faye Russell for Lindy's. I'm going to show you one of my favorite techniques to use with Lindy's products. This is Lindy's Magical Powder in the color Tweedledee Denim, and I'm taking a fan brush to put some of that onto my silicone mat and just cleaning off my fan brush. Now I'm activating that magical powder with a spritz of water and picking that up with a blending brush and blending it onto my piece of paper. Now look at that beautiful saturation of that blue. It's just gorgeous. I am not a fan of waiting for anything to dry though, so I speed up the drying time by putting it onto my magnetic platform by We Are Memory Keepers. And this also helps to keep it flat while it dries and doesn't warp as much. It does warp a little bit, but not nearly as much if I didn't have it magnet down like this. So I'm just removing those magnets, and look at that beautiful color. Oh, it's just gorgeous. So now I want to take some Opal Sea Oats, which is a Lindy's Gang spray, and spray it right on top. And that gold, it's kind of a gold sparkle. It's just gorgeous. And I'm doing the same thing with a fan brush so that I can have controlled spatter. I want to have big spatter and little spatter, and so I'm also controlling exactly where it goes. And I'm doing the same thing with water so that I could have a removed color effect in the background. And now I'm taking a piece of gold paper from the Holographic Mirror Paper Pad by scrapbook.com, and I'm going to be cutting a frame from this die set by Catherine Pooler called Fall Frames. And it's just a beautiful and delicate frame, and it just really adds something to this background. So I'm going to cut it out of the center of this gold piece of paper, and that just cut out beautifully and popped out really nice. Look at this gorgeous background. Oh my word, that sparkle, that gold, even the water lifted. You can see how that lifted just the slightest little bit of color just to give it some depth. And here I'm just trimming it down to size because I'm going to back it onto the piece of gold. That's why I cut it out in the center. I'm going to use that as a frame. And so here I'm just taking some Bearly Arts glue, and I'm going to just glue that right onto that piece of gold and give it a tiny little shimmery frame. And now with the colors Sage, Orange Peel, and Sandcastle, I am swinking onto a piece of Catherine Pooler cardstock, and I'm going to cut out those pumpkin dies that were part of that Fall Frames die set. Oh, and this hot foil is Deco foil in the color of Twilight, and I'm using the Joyful Thanks hot foil plates and dies, also by Catherine Pooler. And I'm going to put this into my Go Press foil. Once that's heated up, I can run it through my Big Shot switch and peel it away. Oh, and look at these results. Just beautiful. I'm taking the die cut for that and using the Best Ever craft tape to cut that out and removing the tape. And I'm going to glue this frame on with my Bearly Arts glue right in the center of that gorgeous background. I hate to cover it up, but I just need a little something something on there, some texture. So now that I have that gorgeous texture on there, I'm just going to use foam tape to pop the sentiment up. Thankful for you. And just centering it. And here's a little trick. I got some glue on the gold and I let it dry, and I used my adhesive eraser to take it off, and it worked perfectly. So I just put that pumpkin on there with foam tape again, and here I'm using my ATG gun to put it onto a card base. Now here's the final result. Now here's with the light off. The light off, the gold looks real nice, but the background doesn't show the sparkle. So Like I said, this is one of my favorite techniques, and so I've used this on quite a few of my cards, and I'm including some examples here for you guys to see other cards that I've done with this technique. On this one, I did the brown on the marshmallow with the blending brushes. The top and bottom of these cards are done, and the background of this card. Now here is the card with the light on. So you can see the sparkle of the sentiment, but you can also pick up the gold and the sparkle that's in that blue a little bit. Of course, it's always way nicer in person. But you guys, I thank you so much for watching. I am Faye Russell for Lindy's, and I do hope that you have a lovely week. Take care. Bye-bye.